Hey folks, trying to get another video done before Christmas. This is a little something that really needed to be done before grandson number 2 plays with this. And that is that this lid only fits a certain way. I can put it on here this way, but if I turn it around like this, it'll be very difficult to get on there. It raises up on one end and you'd have to really press too hard. So what I want to do, and remember I've had a mark on there, number 1, all along. And so now this goes in there just fine all the way around there like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a number 1 on the front. And basically it's going to be a little groove, a little triangular, not triangular, how should I say it? A V shape, a V groove in the middle of this box, extending down 1/4 inch below the joint and 1/4 inch above the joint. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to center the box up on this bit with this fence right here. And let me put the GoPro over here. And maybe that'll be a little bit better. I've already put the bit in here and I've got the bit set for the height, just barely touching it. Actually, it doesn't even need to be center, just close. Because the main point of this thing is to line it up. Now, I'm just for the sake of keeping this thing accurate, I am going to center it. I've got this little centering rule here. And you can see this on the GoPro. Let me point that down like this. Yeah, you can see this on the GoPro. So there's the centering rule. So if I put this centering rule on this box, as long as I get the 2 sides the same, there's 4 inches on this side and 4.5. So I need to go 4 1/4 on this side and just over 4 1/4, just over 4 1/4. So right there is the center. And I will put a little mark on there with my pencil. Get my mechanical pencil out, it makes a fine. All right, so that's my mark. And hopefully that'll be completely cut out. So I'm gonna use the edge of this box to see that mark. Since I know it's in the center, I can have it come from either direction. See, I was close. I was within 1/8 of an inch. All right, now we can lock that fence down because that's the dead center of that. Well, it's not. I didn't have the box pressed up against the fence good. I think I almost lost the GoPro. Push it over with that fence. So I'm pushing it up against there, and that should be dead center of that thing. Okay, now I'm going to put this back on here and see, I can't even remember which way it goes. There's my little wood filler right there, and I know there's a mark on the other side. That mark on the edge of the board right there, that goes on the same side, so that becomes the way that it fits together. And I'm going to put, there's the mark, so this is going to drop down on that, slide a little ways, and bring it back up. So I'm using these 2 blocks right here to measure that. And so I want this one to be about 1/4 inch away from that edge right there. And so I want this, that's not a good gauge right there. Let's see. I've got this square right here. This square should do just fine. So I'm going to put this block, well, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure this is square to the fence. And it is, and I've got it set on 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. Why'd you do that, GoPro? Are you out of battery? I need to be this one needs to be adjusted for that side this one needs to be adjusted for that side. So 1/4 inch here, and this board right here, make sure it's square. Quarter of an inch, hard down. That's square there. Loosen up. Right back to there. Basically, I moved it 1/2 inch, which is what you would expect if you were doing the math on that. So now, if I run it down from this side, it hits the bottom edge, and then I'm going to slide it this way 1/2 inch, and that'll be the back side. So here's this back side, and so basically I'm just going to put it down I'm going to use a 1/2 inch gauging block to do this 1/2 right here. So this is one of those Veritas gauging blocks, 1/2 inch, and I'm going to put it right down here next to that thing, so it's all tight on there. Now I can take this one, go down in here, and clamp that down. Now this thing can go back and forth from here to here to here to here. And I move my gauging block out of the way. And I think I'm going to start on this steel one right here, because I can get a better, because that's on the bottom of the box. So I need to hold up against the fence and push down when I start the bit, and then slide, and that's going into the top, and then slide this way, and that'll be a 1/2 inch. So it'll go a 1/2 inch on the top, a 1/2 inch on the bottom, total of 1/2 inch. Two quarters, 1/4 on the top, 1/4 on the bottom, like that. So take all these measuring tools away from here. What do you look like, GoPro? That looks okay right there. And this is where I've got to be careful. I've got to make sure that I am on the fence fully with that side, and on the block fully with this bottom, and then ready to slide down like this without jerking or anything like that. So we're going to need dust collection, hearing protection. Where's my hearing protection? Oh, I left it out in the garage. I'll be back in 1 second. I know, that wasn't 1 second, that was about 10 seconds. But anyway, nevertheless, I think I'm almost ready to get started. I'm practicing going up and down on this thing, and I think I'm trying to figure out the best way I want to hold this. So I think that is the way I want to hold this. Holding this up, you know what? I think I want to hold it on the top right here, so I'm pushing down right where it needs to go. So, dust collection on, router on. Move forward. Stop, come up. All right, all that for that little mark right there. Dead center of the board. I'm gonna have to sand a little bit and put some finish in there to make that look good on here. So let me do that real quick, and then we'll try to end this video. That's too heavy a sandpaper. All right, so here's some 220 sandpaper. So on this box, trying to sand just this little edge. I know you can't see because my hand's in the way. Let me hold it like this. Just a little, get the fuzzies off that thing. And then take a look on the inside and see what it looks like. So, sand that a little bit, and that a little bit. And all this is for is just for a mark, so I can tell grandson number 2, align those 2 marks up and it'll go right down. And here's the oil, and I've got just enough at the bottom of this thing to get it on my finger and spread it in there. But I got to get enough so that it sinks down into the hole. And now I think I just need to wipe it away immediately for that to look right. Now this is the whole reason behind this, the whole reason for having to do this is the fact that we have no hasps, no hinges, no other markings by which to tell which way to orient this thing, and there's our marking. And it's a fine looking little marking. There's our number 1, and it comes up like that. And then I need to wipe out on the inside because it leaked through a little bit right there, which stands to reason, and leaked through a little bit right there. So that's the oil all wiped up. So now if I have this, if I don't know which way these things go, all I gotta do is find those 2 points right there and lock them in. I may have to chamfer that just a little bit more so that if you lock it on one side, it should be able to slip down, and it doesn't. You have to kind of squeeze it. Well, not squeeze it, push it. So I may need to do one little chamfer on there. I'll do that off camera. But folks, thanks for watching. I'm still gonna, I still have the pencil tray to put in here and the 2 side blocks. I've already cut the wood, and I did a little video of that on how I straightened out that piece of wood, but I've got to make it narrower or make it thinner by 3/8 of an inch so that we have no more than 3/8 of an inch on this side and this side. That way those pencils will sit in there. And I got to decide how high I want it. Do I want to be able to support 2 layers of pencils or just 1 layer of pencils? And I think I'm going for the 2 because he may put something bigger than a pencil in there, and then that would support that as well. You know, like a pen or a marker or crayons or whatever, which would be different widths than pencils. So that's it. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Merry Christmas to you. It's getting close. They should be arriving in an hour or 2 here, depending upon how many stops they've got to make. Not only have they got 2 children they're driving with and a baby on board. Bethany's pregnant, and then we've got a dog coming. He's been here many times before, so he's a friendly dog. But anyway, that's it. Thanks, folks, and we will talk to you later. Folks, I don't think there's going to be any more videos before, till Christmas is over. And anyway, have a very Merry Christmas, and be sure to like and subscribe and click that bell to be notified of new videos, and comment on some videos, and I'll return your comments, and share it with others. It'll help us. Again, Merry Christmas. God bless you.